Alright, so there's what it looks like after they're all honed. Nice and smooth, round, semi-round. They're still loose on the sides. Top and bottom's good honed out. You can see where it didn't hone on the side there. So make sure this all fits in there nicely. So you only put about this much of the reamer in there to check the size. A little bit of clearance. 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 Now you put it all the way in. You can't hear the clearance, but it's in there. Alright, so these all look pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and put his rocker arms in here and see how they fit with his parts. Remember, don't mix up your halves. Oh, it is sharp now when you dig that into your finger. So you can see how nice and smooth the finish is on that. So here's your rocker arm. The long side is always on the heavy load side, which is on the push rod side. So you take these, bolt them together, bolt them like this if you want, get more clearance. You have to bolt everything together to check load, so line them all up and do it again. That's why you got charged so much for doing panhead rocker arms. It takes you forever to do anything. We haven't got to grounding the tips yet. Doing a rocker geometry. All that stuff that makes it really important. This is just for noise. It has nothing to do with how the bike runs. You do the rocker geometry, that matters how the bike runs and how long it will live. These rocker arms always wear quite a bit on the one side. You can see as they go up and down, they push real hard right here, so it wears there. And the valve's over here stopping it, so it pushes really hard over here. So you only get wear here and over here. It's at a cross angle. All this other stuff, see, it never wears, doesn't even touch. That's the same thing happens in the block. Excuse me. It wears on the one side, this side over here, and on the bottom part over here. Yeah, throat. But that's how they wear, so it's hard to measure a clearance. It's not a round number, it's not a straight number you can just measure easily. That's why you just got to put everything together and see what you get. And all this doesn't really mean anything either. It's when you bolted the heads that really matters. But I usually bolt them together like this. It's easier. At least if I know they work this way, they should work. If they don't, I know the head's not flat. Then you got to decide what you want to do about that. jammed in there. There's not a lot of clearance in there, so it jams in, see? See how tight it is up in there? What did we just do? Did that one? Okay. Rattle, rattle, rattle. That means they're moving. So make sure they're nice and free. Appears to be good. That up and down slop is not clicking anymore, see? Can you hear it? Just barely has any in that one. This side here does not. The light went off. If you go this direction, you probably have something now. A little bit. Remember, the rock arms aren't straight either, so. Okay, well, these are all pretty good. Everything's all nice and snugged up. So they all move pretty nicely. Alright, looks pretty good. So, as long as the head's flat, they should work good. So next thing I'm going to have to figure out is I'm going to have to grind these tips, which I'm going to have to put the heads together to do that. And figure it out. You can see how this is not ground even at all. I have a jig I made that I hold all these things in and I can kind of compare them to another set that's good. Because these have been really ground a lot. So when you see them like this, they've been reground. They're not going to match up to anything. You can see how they're only hitting just on that one little spot right there, and all this other stuff they ground away. So I gotta go see what I gotta do to make that better. So that's gonna take some work. All right, but for tonight, these are good. I'm gonna get out of here tonight. It's not tomorrow yet. It's early. See, Saturday night we don't work all night, right? Yeah, right. Sure. It's only 9:30 tonight. There you go. Yeah, I think I'm going to be going home right away. Alright, that's it for this project for tonight. We'll work on this next week.